Hello everyone. Welcome to my video today of this awesome Mini Cooper. My name is Nathan. Thanks for taking a look. Thanks for joining in. Please subscribe to my channel and also leave any comments or suggestions that you may feel appropriate in the comments for this car or any of my other videos. I welcome your comments and suggestions. If you're interested in this car, my phone number is in the description and the comments down below on the video. Give me a call or a text message. Be happy to talk further with you about it. We're going to go around this car. I like to do very extensive and thorough videos, believe in total transparency, showing exactly everything that it is and anything that it isn't. But this is a pretty darn nice Mini Cooper. This is a one owner car that was truly owned by an older woman. She wasn't as old when she bought it new, of course, 20 years ago, but currently in her late 70s, and what is that? Would have been late 50s, I guess, when she bought it new in 2004. So truly a single owner car, truly an older lady, and it's nice. It's hard to find a one owner car that's 3-4 years old, let alone, what, 18 years old. This is 93,000 miles, low miles also on this. 2004 Mini Cooper. This is not an S, this is just a normal Cooper, but it has all the right options, it has all the right stuff, and it is a very nice car with a whole lot of new parts. Let's take a little walk around and then I will tell you about the new parts. But in my opinion, it has all the right stuff because it has the panoramic sunroof, as you just saw. It has beautiful two-tone leather interior, factory heated seats, has the onboard computer with the digital information display. There's the sun. It's beautiful in the sun. It's called Solid Gold Metallic is the exterior color name, with the white top and the white mirror backs. Very nice in the sun, very pretty. Lights are nice and clear. These cars are fantastic. They get fantastic fuel mileage. I know these cars firsthand because I have personally owned 3 of them. I had an 03, which is the same as this first generation. I had an 07, I had an 09. My mom liked all mine so much that I got her a 2008. So I've had lots of these, but this is very nice. This has been very well maintained. Let's talk about that real quick. Note the Union Jack British flag license plate frame to come with the car. Many new parts on this car, as I said. So there's your initial walk around. It is extremely clean. It is extremely nice. There are a few flaws on the body that we will go back here in a moment and point out, but 37 miles to the gallon is what these cars are rated, and they get it. And sometimes they get better if you're really driving it easy. So super gas mileage, especially in the market that we're in as I stand here today, with the price of gas being $5+ a gallon. You really can't go wrong driving something that gets such great mileage. It's almost getting close to hybrid territory. Only a 13-gallon fuel tank, so imagine that, 13 times 5, $65 to fill this car up if it's bone dry and empty. These are not sports cars by any means, but they handle great. They're fun to drive. They have nice acceleration, and it's like driving a go-kart. It's like driving a go-kart, but they're well built and well made, because as you probably know if you're looking at this or know much about these cars, this is completely BMW derived. BMW, it might as well be more or less a BMW, still a little bit less expensive than a BMW to maintain, a better reliability factor, but pretty much all BMW. I'm gonna just run through all of the new parts here that I have written down here in my hand, so that I can say all this on here. Basically within the last few thousand miles, okay, everything I'm about to tell you was done. So new brakes and rotors front and back. So new brakes and rotors all the way around. An oxygen sensor, an AC compressor, new AC compressor, a new radiator and the hoses, ball joints and control arms. I'll say that in a second. Sway bar links, valve cover gasket, very common, not the head gasket. A lot of people sometimes people hear valve cover gasket, they think it means head gasket. No, valve cover gasket is a little tiny rubber gasket that prevents oil from coming out of the engine and often needs replaced throughout a car's life. The oil pan gasket, these Mini Coopers are known for that. New spark plugs and wires, a brand new interstate battery, new air filter, an alignment, and it just had a fresh full synthetic oil change like about 50 miles ago. So the oil change and the air filter and the front brakes and rotors were just done about 50 miles ago, but everything else is very much within the last couple thousand miles. Tires are excellent. They have about 30 seconds tread all the way around. Also of much importance, a lot of people ask when a car gets to this age, how's the clutch? How's the clutch feel? Well, I have paperwork and documentation. The clutch was replaced at 82,000 miles. So there you go, new clutch at 82,000 miles. That brings me to my next point. I believe this is by far much nicer than most other ones you're going to find out there. I mean, starting with a single owner car and ending with the service that I just said and the condition. And prior to everything I just said, this car has been almost exclusively maintained at the dealership, namely Midwestern Auto Group here in Columbus. There are 42 service records on its clean Carfax report. The car has a clean Carfax report with no accidents, and all of the service is documented on the Carfax report. And I have some, if not most, of all the paper records for all of the service as well. So dealer serviced, one owner, a whole bunch of new parts recently, currently running and driving perfectly. It has no needs. Everything works as it should. The air conditioning is freezing cold. It's just a nice car. Also, at the time that a lot of the work I just talked about was done, the front and rear emblems were replaced. Very common to wear out over time, and they just kind of bleach out along with the center caps. I know we've replaced a couple of the center caps over time because the Mini logos just kind of fall off or wear out. Also, the window tint that you may have already noticed that I think gives the car an amazing look, and I think it gives Mini Coopers a great look, period, to be window tinted. This was also done within the last couple of years. So this window tint is not very old. This was done at a local shop that is the best shop in Columbus for window tint, Quality Window Tint. If you're looking for window tint and you're in the Columbus area, go see Mark at Quality Window Tint because his work is perfect. Even the windshield is tinted, you can probably tell. It's lighter than the sides, but it is done, and you can see how perfect it is along the dot matrix here. His work is second to none. So window tint's also pretty new. I have a copy of the Carfax inside the car right there. We'll go over when we go inside the car. So this emblem on the back was replaced at the same time. Also, this third brake light was replaced. This is very common to dry up over time and start to crack and deteriorate. So everything that would normally be a problem at this point in a car like this life has been taken care of on this car. And that brings me to my other point, that I'm sure you can probably find one that's a little bit cheaper than what I'm asking for this car. And I would encourage you to compare the difference, because obviously a car that's been this well cared for is certainly worth a little bit more than the going average of most of what people are asking for. What I paused for a moment was to say some people hear all of those suspension parts and think the car was in an accident. It was not, but the reason for some of the suspension stuff, the ball joints and the tie rods and the control arms, was mostly on this side, the passenger side. The lady who had the car had hit a really bad pothole and it had screwed up some of those suspension parts. So it was at that point that that stuff was replaced, and that was the reason, which actually shows up on the Carfax as a damage incident. It wasn't a collision, just what Carfax says, a damage incident. So let's quickly go around the outside. I want to show a couple cosmetic things. There was a scratch here on the bumper that touched up. There is a small dent right here in the hood. That's not your imagination, next to the emblem. There's a few paint imperfections on the hood. Almost, I don't know if it's heat from the engine that's starting to crack the clear coat a little bit, or potentially bird poop that sat on the finish too long before I could get it cleaned. But anyway, a couple of those. These are known for rust by the rear lights. Also, there's a scuff on this plastic piece. These are very inexpensive. I have replaced a couple of these on this car over time, but I mean, there's a scuff, but it doesn't affect anything. Actually, this piece here on the hood, this piece is relatively new. They're very inexpensive from the dealer to replace those pieces. They just clip on. These are known for rust around the lights. It's interesting because usually it happens on the left. This car has some bubbling happening right here on the right. It has literally looked like this for years. It's looked like this for a long, long time. I truly don't think it's anything to be alarmed or concerned about, but I'm just pointing it out. Touch-up paint right there on the corner. There's a couple of dents that are real soft up here, up high on this quarter panel. They're kind of hard to see. They're not too bad, but again, just pointing it out. Trying to, right about there, you can see them. But you know, for an 18-year-old car, it's really nice. So it's really, really nice. I think that's everything on the outside. The roof is in great shape. Like I said a few minutes ago, everything works. Air conditioning is freezing cold. Everything works like it should, and I love the interior of this car. When I set down my notes here, love the interior, love the two-tone black with the beige. We've got a set of mini rubber floor mats, which were also purchased about 4 years ago, I think it was. So they're not terribly old. Driver's side seat, as you can see, is basically as nice as new, other than this little bit of wear right here on the bolster. It has started to open up just a little, but you know, as long as you're careful going forward, that should last a long, long time. Side airbags, parents, if you're looking for your children, these are good cars and safe cars. So definitely. Let's open the sunroof. Sunroof opens and closes just like it should, and the shades for the car are perfect. The shades are nice. There's the front one. They're nice. They're not worn out. They're not sagging like you'll see some of these, okay? Again, all of these things are important to me, and they should be important to you if you want to buy a nice Mini. See the back one? Nice, tight, okay? You'll see these cars where they're worn out and they're sagging and falling down. To replace that shade at the dealer, you're talking $400, $500. Also, I meant to mention the headliner is really nice on this car. That's why I'm showing this. There's no sag spots or anything weird on the headliner. A lot of the recent work was done at Evans Automotive. I forgot to mention that. I mentioned quality window tint for the window tint and the dealer for a lot of the previous records. Evans Automotive did a lot of the other recent work. They are an excellent shop here in Columbus. Awesome guys, awesome group. They've been around since the 70s. They do beautiful work. They work on much more expensive cars than this. They're typically working on Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Porsches and Bentleys and Rolls Royces. So working on this is really no big deal. Great shop, great guys. Keith over there and George Evans, great people. So check them out if you have a European car and you need some service. This is an aftermarket armrest that fits into the rear cup holder. This is a piece that was purchased. It's okay. I mean, it does its job. It gives you something to rest your elbow on. Just pointing that out. Back seat is like new. Was hardly ever used. There's no mats for the back, but easily obtainable. Backs of the seats are nice. Okay. The leather is nice and soft and smooth. It's very nice. It's not dry. You can see the wrinkling. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's not all terrible. Emergency brake, good shape. Factory heated seats, they both work like they should, high and low. Shift knob is in great shape. Even still has the original ashtray, which hopefully you don't smoke because it's not good for your health. But this makes an excellent coin holder, little coin purse. Put your change in and keep it in the cup holder or wherever you like. This was an accessory item for these cars by Mini. This is an oversized cup holder, and I just had my very tall coffee thermos in there, and it swivels, but it does hold an obviously taller beverage than these factory cup holders. Power windows, power locks, pretty simple. This car does have the automatic climate control, which again was a nice upgrade, because if it didn't, it'd have these manual knobs. So this is where I said earlier that this is very much like a more equipped like an S, but without being an S, which is good for nowadays with gas prices. So automatic climate control, you just push the auto and dial in the temperature. I really like this design of climate control. It is far better than anything that was ever put in a BMW, at least I think. And then you can control the fan speed manually. Factory radio with CD player, nothing terribly exciting, but there it is. There's our exact mileage, 93,706 at the very moment. I will be making another video of me test driving this car, because people seem to like watching me drive them, even people that aren't interested in the actual car. So take a look for that on my channel with me driving this car. I'll be doing it next here shortly after I finish this one. Dashboard, perfect condition, as you can see. All of the owner's manuals are in the glove box, as they should be. Original key is here. The buttons were very worn, but it does work as a good spare. I had a new key made a couple of years ago, so the key that's in the ignition right now is brand new from the dealer. It's an original Mini key with just like this one. So this one, it essentially has two keys, but this one is brand new and the buttons work very nicely. This one is original to the car and the buttons are worn out. The little plastic key as well, the original plastic key. This is the computer information center. Right now it's on the exterior temperature display. You push right here and you've got your distance to empty, average mileage, instant mileage, all that kind of stuff, average speed. And then you can also show your digital speed up here, which is nice because some people don't like to have to look over there to see the speed. I don't mind to look over there, so I leave it on the exterior temperature display typically. Horn works fine. Steering wheel is the leather or material here is in great shape. No wear or anything bad about this at all. Clock works up here, 10:29. Carfax, briefly, real quick here. One owner, the damage report, but not an accident. Okay, yeah, I spilled coffee on it. Yeah, that was me. That was my fault. You can, just gonna flip through this, but you can see Midwestern Auto Group, Mag BMW. That's the dealer here in Columbus. Service, all the way through. Like I said, I have a lot of these records of service on paper as well. So this Carfax is probably one of the longer ones that I've seen in a long time. There's the damage entry. It's again at back page. Sorry, making everybody dizzy. Right here it says damage reported, minor damage to front. Okay, it's not an accident, it's a damage report. And it shows the big graph here of in the front, which was the right front corner for the suspension stuff, which was when all of this stuff was done here that I talked about, and it's all summarized right there. And the rear brakes, and then this was actually, I think, when the key was made. Okay, so like I say, I know a lot about the car and just about everything about it and when everything was done. So let's see, let's take a look at the rest. The threshold piece is in nice shape. It's flat. You'll see these missing or peeled up. This one is nice. Door jam's nice and clean. Plastic on the hatch is nice. There's no rust on the actual hatch. I have seen minis where they will rust inside here. Okay. Very clean, very nice. These are a couple of extra center caps that the logos don't look as good, as you can see right there, as the ones on the car, but I kept them as spares. All of the tools and the jack and the screwdriver and the tow hook and all that fun stuff is right here in the styrofoam tray, just like it's supposed to be. You may know this already if you know these cars, but the battery on the S's is back here, but in this car's case, the battery's under the hood. So very clean and nice. Original carpet there. Probably also know this if you're looking at this car, but these seats easily flop down like so. And really, when those seats are down, you can fit a large item in these cars, which is pretty cool. They're almost like a small pickup truck. All right, continuing. I know I have a lot to say, but I like to talk about cars. I like to tell you guys about the car we're looking at, and I like to tell everything I know about it. This seat has seen basically no use, which is why it is still absolutely perfect. This seat has zero wear on the bolster compared to the little bit on the driver. This seat's absolutely perfect, so nothing negative to say there. There's how the seats look folded down from this way. The back of this seat is perfect, just like the driver's side. Okay. Again, soft and nice leather. There's our other rubber floor mat in the front. I already showed you the books, all the keys. The hood release is here, which you probably know if you're looking at these cars. So we'll take a look under the hood next. This threshold piece is sill plate, threshold, whatever you want to call it. This is even nicer than the driver's side because obviously it saw very little use. I'm not really a gold car person, to be honest, okay? But I really like this car with the two-tone interior, with all the black accents of the black trim on the outside, with the white roof. I just think this whole car works. You know, the titanium gray here and on the dashboard. It just has so many colors going on that it's really good looking. So, here we are. Color name is right here, solid gold. Plugs and wires. Battery is here under this cover. Here are the fans running. These cars have two latches, one here and one on the other side. And then, of course, the secondary release is there. Just going to hover here so you can listen. sounds and runs just like it should. And like I said, I'll make another video of me driving it here. That's the ABS off the module. I'll make another video of me driving it pretty shortly after we finish this one, and you can come along. You can come along for a drive, see how it drives and handles, which is perfect. On the freeway, every which way, car drives amazing. Oh, the sun's coming out again. Nice car. Nice, very, very nice car. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this all the way through. If you have, hopefully it's been informative and educational and shown you the condition of the car. If you're interested, again, like I said in the beginning, feel free to contact me. My phone number is in the description and in the comments down below. And subscribe to my channel, or leave me any feedback or comments on what you think I should do differently. I'm very open to suggestion and change. Very transparent and open-minded person. Thanks for watching. Probably one of the nicest, maybe not the absolute nicest, okay, I'm a realist, but definitely one of the nicest probably left around, and it hasn't even turned 100,000 miles. So long way to go in this car with all the new parts and all the new stuff that's been done to it. It is literally turnkey, ready to drive. You can get in it and drive it and start enjoying it right away, which is how I like to sell cars. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.